We found out Luke had hemophilia after a circumcision. It wasn't anything dramatic. We just knew something wasn't quite right. It kind of took the nurses by surprise. They kept asking if we had bleeding disorders in our family or any reason to believe that, I may have a bleeding disorder, and the truth is we, had no reason to believe that. The day after we brought him home from the hospital, we got the call that it was in fact hemophilia and it was severe. So that was, our first kind of foray into even knowing what hemophilia was.
Yeah.
We had never even heard of it before.
It was definitely a shock.
Postpartum isn't the easiest time to find out that your kid has a severe chronic condition. I was really sad and I was just really scared. And, I was determined that it wouldn't steal our joy because he was like the happiest little baby. But it was hard. It was just not an easy time. We just don't want hemophilia to be the reason he doesn't do things or can't do things. Some days it'll be in the back of your mind, but you won't really think much about hemophilia. And I thought, that's never going to happen. The best piece of advice we got was just our treatment center doctor. He said, I can fix a bleed, but I can't fix if you make him live in a bubble and the psychological challenges that presents. So you can protect him, but you gotta let him be a kid. And we needed almost that permission because we were scared. On Mondays and Fridays, he comes down and he gets an infusion. He's awesome about it. We try to just be really grateful we can give him an infusion. We don't apologize for the fact that he's going to get stuck with a needle 1 to 5 times. We don't know. It depends on the day, but he's just a champ. For us, it's just part of life. Getting involved was kind of an act of resilience, if you will. I didn't know it at the time, but it's like how we kind of made lemonade out of lemons. For me, NHF is a valid, reliable resource. I am floored by the amount of resources that they're able to provide local chapters. I mean, we feel really lucky that it's such a strong community because a lot of people with conditions, they don't have that kind of network. We've really been the beneficiary, whether it's we're at a national meeting or we're here locally.
The folks within NHF or those that they bring in to talk has been really helpful because you just find out that almost any question, any problem, there's somebody that you can at least go to get guidance.
There are no kids like him at his pediatrician's office. He's the only one in the whole practice. Nobody at their school has hemophilia. So, it's nice for him to know kids, at least in our community or nationally, that are like him. And I think that's more powerful than we realized. And that's, partly the importance of the local chapter and going to the national meetings.
I think the connection amongst yourselves and then finding that local source of information and support is the biggest thing. And to really find out what people are experiencing can help ease your initial fears and get you onto a path to where you can be successful.
We have a great walk team every year. We are Luke's League, and we raised almost $5,000 this last year. We had a beautiful day. We had great people. It just makes you feel loved and supported and feels like, you're starting to raise some awareness about, his condition. Yeah. So it's been a really, really good positive in our lives.
Yeah, and I think because we've had such good fortune with the connections we've made and the experiences we've had thus far, now that we're getting a little bit more comfortable being involved in just kind of helping manage Luke, it gives us a great opportunity to help generate more funds, more opportunities for other families who may have other experiences or maybe coming new into it.
I needed to see grown men with hemophilia thriving. And once I could see that, I knew he would be okay. But until you can see that, it's a lot of statistics, it's a lot of sad stories, it's a lot of scary things on the internet. And once I could see that grown men can thrive with this, it may not be always easy, it may not be a straightforward path, but they can thrive and they can go to college and they can succeed and they will live. I was okay. And I think that was the difference between being a mess and being fine, because I knew he would be okay as long as we could take care of him.
As he's gotten older, we've really tried to strive to make sure that he can grow and play and be as normal as possible, with still knowing in the back of our mind that we've got to try to help keep him protected, making sure that we can put him in an environment to really succeed and just have a little bit more caution.
You don't realize how tough you are until you need to be, and you can be tough. Sorry.